The Canucks are now tied for second in the Pacific Division. They are tied for fourth in the league overall, with 19 points in 16 games played. The Vancouver Canucks just lost in a shootout to the Detroit Red Wings, the first shootout loss of this season. It was a 3-2 game. The Wings were down by 2 before coming back, getting 2 goals themselves, and tying things up to go into overtime. But this one comes out as a shocker to everybody because before the game it's announced that Boeser is not going to be playing and that Chris Tanev is coming back. These two players did their little swap, Tanev providing some stabilization on defense, Boeser leaving a little bit of a hole there in the offensive core. Leipzig suited up for this one, Archibald suited up for this one. We got our scratches in the lineup today. And overall, this was a pretty low-scoring game, which is very evident in the score, but it was one that was not exciting. It was very much exciting to watch, and a lot of it is because of the guy in the video's title. The Magic Man, Elias Pettersson. Nope, I'm not going to call him that. Just kidding, that's Pavel Datsuk's thing. I thought, you know, we're playing the Red Wings, so might be appropriate to make a little bit of a quip at the whole Magic Man for Datsyuk thing. But Pettersson was dubbed the Magic Man in the title and the thumbnail of this video because John Garrett said it the best, honestly. Towards the end of the third period, he came out with a quote on the broadcast. Every time he touches the puck, there's just something to get excited about. And that is so accurate as to describing his game. Ray Ferraro, even, on the broadcast on Twitter, basically had the same sentiments about Pettersson and Datsyuk, and I know we've been talking about Pettersson a lot, but we did that a lot with Brock last year, and even with Pettersson last year, like, all the Vekwa Lakers stuff. That was on this channel, and that was discussed here and updated upon, but Elias Pettersson finishes up this game with a goal, and that is awesome. That's fine. That is something that I am perfectly fine with because I like seeing him get points. Sure, it's not 5 points, but then again, in that 5-point game, which was the last game, I was very happy and satisfied with his individual assist in the first minute of the game. I was just completely elated, however, that he got 5. So in this one, he's not getting himself another multi-point game, but he gets himself 1 goal, which is awesome. That goal, it was fantastic. Incredible showcase of talent right there. But overall, he could have had like 3 or 4 points in this one if his teammates just finished a little bit better. First off, he started things off in the first period, and this was a slap shot goal on the rush. He just walks right in, he's on the left side. He doesn't really do anything on the left side so far because all of his goals have been either from the slot or the middle of the ice or the right side. We haven't really seen a left side opportunity for Pettersson, at least this season yet, up until this game, where he walks right in, the left-handed shot on the left side. He's got a lot of open space, a good range of vision from the forehand side of his stick. Absolutely winds up, slaps it down, and it is in far side over the glove. This was an absolute beauty of a shot, and that was really not the only piece of Pettersson offense that we saw in the game. I know he only got 1 point. I know that was his only point of the game, but he was just a threat the entire game. And the scorecard doesn't really reflect that. But Ben Hutton gets himself a goal later into the second period. This one was a great shot from the point. Hutton's 3rd of the year, assisted by Goodbranson and Adam Gaudette. Gaudette's 2nd point of the year. Goodbranson's 4th assist of the year. His first 3-game point streak ever, which it had to happen this season. Everything is going right this season, but Goodbranson is on a point streak. Hutton gets himself a goal. Very much deserved a goal, so he's been playing well. He stepped things up in the past few games. Certainly not the Ben Hutton from last year. This is a new, evolved Ben Hutton. But the Wings get themselves 2. Abdelkader and Nyquist get themselves on the board here, and they're just great opportunities. One's a power play goal from Abdelkader, and Nyquist ties things up into 3rd. But the overtime was really where I was just lifted off of my seat in this one, because the offense of the Vancouver Canucks was just so deadly. It was poisonous out there. Bo Horvat receiving some great passes from Tanev, rushing right into the zone and not being able to beat the goaltender. That happened once or twice. Horvat setting other guys up, Pettersson getting himself a really good rush and then wristing it like his first goal in the season against the Flames. But it went off the crossbar and it went up high. This one could have very easily been the game-winning goal, but still, Pettersson had such a good game, and the overtime highlights were great. He did a few dangles here and there, but there was one play on the power play, I believe, in the third, where the Vancouver Canucks had it in the Detroit zone and they couldn't keep it in. The puck got sent out, and immediately, right at the offside face-off circle, Pettersson was the one who got the puck back, but then instead of dumping the puck back into the offensive zone like any normal player would, Pettersson kind of like tips the puck off of the boards, spins around the guy, I think it was like Darren Helm or Ferk or whoever it was. He gets himself right out there into the zone and backs it back in. And this is such an indication of Pettersson and just the confidence that he has and the ability compiled within that confidence. You can't be a great player in this league with only confidence and no skill. Well, you could get a few lucky chances here and there to go your way if you have just confidence, but having only skill and no confidence isn't really a good thing either. Pettersson's got both of these things, and he's got such a high level of each that it's absolutely phenomenal seeing different opportunities arise out of his play on the ice. And believe me, if you watch the game, you know this. He could have had more than 1 point in this one. He could have had like 2 or 3. There was a really good moment in the second, don't know if it was the second or if it was the third, where he actually deked his way through the Detroit defense in over to the hash marks and fed it across to Goldolbin, who took a shot, and he had a really good opportunity, but he missed the net. That one was another one where it was like, if there was somebody else who was on that shot, let's say it was Elias Pettersson passing to another player who has an Elias Pettersson shot. That's a point right there. A guaranteed point. Goldolbin, I'm not saying that he's a bad player or anything, I'm just saying he needs to hit the net more. And I think we kind of did see that a little bit in this game, but overall, Pettersson was the highlight of the night. He also had his first shootout attempt. In the shootout, it really wasn't everything that we expected it to be. He mishandled the puck and it went over into the goal line territory outside of the net. It was not really the prettiest of sights, but had he controlled the puck and it went in, he probably would have been. Let's just say that. But walking away from this, Elias Pettersson gets himself a goal assisted by Eriksson and Goldie. That's his 10th of the year in his 10th game played. He is on pace for 77 goals, or 76 goals, something like that. It's crazy. He's not gonna reach that, but it's so just awesome to see what's happening over here. I mean, I just watched my Elias Pettersson expectations for video yesterday, and I know I made a video yesterday about Pettersson and his contract, and I mentioned this here, but I want to talk about this again. In my expectations for video for Elias Pettersson back in like July or something, I said that I'm gonna cap off his point projection at 33. I said he's gonna be a good cookie if he gets himself 17 goals and 16 assists. I was like, I'd be ecstatic if he reached 40. I wouldn't be surprised if he reached 40 points. But to keep things realistic, I'm gonna have him at 33 points, 17 goals, and 16 assists. Well, he's halfway to 33 already, basically. And it's only been 10 games. So I don't want to say that I'm wrong, but I'm very happy that I was wrong about that. At least, foreseeably. I mean, knock on wood, something bad doesn't happen, but overall, nobody expected this. Nobody expected 10 goals, 10 games. Nobody expected 16 points in 10 games. We just all expected this guy to come in. Some people were still on the he might need Utica Comets time bandwagon, and I was kind of on that too. I was like, okay, if he doesn't make the team, I wouldn't be surprised, but I think he's gonna do it, and he did it. Best player on the ice in the preseason, best player on the ice tonight. The Vancouver Canucks lost to the Detroit Red Wings here, 3-2 in a shootout. They are now 5th in the NHL, behind Calgary, Toronto, Nashville, and Tampa Bay. They got themselves 9 wins, 6 losses, and 1 overtime loss in 16 games played. They have 19 points, and they're now 2nd in the Pacific Division. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Plus, Gaming, and bye.